You are listening to the Knightline Sports Network, brought to you by Travis Dever and the Dever team, 386-690-1636.
Welcome to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Night Nation's only call-in show goes live now.
All right, hello, Night Nation. This is Andrew Phegley and Orlando, by the way. This is Knightline at Night. We're live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Barlaw, assisting injured veterans to get the help they deserve. Call Chad at 407-599-9036 or visit protectingvets.com. Call Travis Dever for all your New Smyrna Beach real estate needs, 386-690-1636. You can call us. We're taking your calls at 844-580-9326, 844-580-9326. Or you can use the open mic feature on the WDBO app. I am Andrew Phegley, AP_Knightline on Twitter. Got Big Ben Stout here with me at BigSocial32 on Twitter. Got Roger Phipps at Night Bengal on Twitter from the Santa Rosa Beach studios. And you can see all the rest of our content, hear all the rest of our content on NightlineSports.com. Got all kinds of stuff there. Welcome back, guys. It's been like a week since we've 2 weeks since we've done this because we had some issues last week. It's all taken care of, obviously, if you're hearing my voice. So good to be back.
It's great to be back. That's right.
Absolutely. I have to mention Ronald is in the studio as well. So lots of UCF stuff going on. Every sport is playing except, football, the fall sports, obviously. But we got basketball, we got softball, we got baseball, we got soccer, men's and women's, all kinds of UCF sports going on. Yeah. Big stuff coming up on Thursday night, Ben, and this is your thing. You're 7'3" and wanting to talk all kinds of basketball. So I guess we'll start with that. Women's basketball tonight got over just a little while ago, right before we started. We can talk a little bit about that, and then we'll go into the men's basketball starting the tournament on Thursday night, not tomorrow night, but the night after, against ECU. So good stuff going. Lots of good stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a big week with the conference tournaments going on for the American and both men's and women's side. As you mentioned, the women's game just finished up. They're the number 2 seed in the conference tournament this season, right behind USF, and they took care of business against Cincinnati.
The Cows.
That's right behind the Cows, moo. But they took care of business tonight, 53-43 against the 7 seed Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati has the Conference Player of the Year on their team, so they were no slouch. They kind of battled back and forth in the first half, but eventually our defense just kind of took over. The defense on the women's team is just kind of fun to watch as a basketball player. They really get after it. They get their hands in the passing lanes. They're making sure that they're guarding the ball at every opportunity, and it's no doubt there's a reason why they're the number 2 scoring defense in the country, and they showed it tonight. So holding them to only 43 points, and really the stage is set. They're going to I don't know. I think that there's a game later on tonight to decide who we have to play tomorrow night, right?
I believe.
Yeah,
so,
that's Houston. Houston and ECU will be playing. Actually, they should have tipped off just a few minutes ago, and we'll be playing the winner of those two. Houston is a dangerous team. We are in the first 4 in. They are in the first 4 out. So as long as we take care of business, we're going to guess that Houston is going to be the winner of that ECU game. We should be playing Houston in the semifinals tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll have a showdown with the Cows to win it all.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I was looking at this calendar. I'm just looking at the UCF sports calendar, the composite calendar here, and I forgot a bunch of sports. So we got volleyball. Going
I was
on.
going to mention. I thought you said
volleyball, golf, tennis. All that stuff. It's all going on.
Yeah,
it is
sports
all
season.
Going on. Track as well.
Yep.
I mean, wow. Rowing is coming up as well. I don't know if they've started yet. I don't see it. Looks like they have something going on the 20th. So all of it is going on.
And all those sports you mentioned are playing. I mean, for the most part, all of them are playing very well. The volleyball team is just on fire. I mean, you mentioned baseball's been a little bit up and down, but obviously we beat the number one team in the country, not this past weekend, but the weekend before in Ole Miss. The softball team is playing incredible.
Yeah, I was just going there. Softball beat number 2 Arizona last night. Or yesterday, I guess it was, because it was a weird midday 3:00 in the afternoon game. 2-0 though, beat number 2 Arizona. Arizona is like the Alabama of softball. They are the dynasty team, and they came to our house for the very first time, and we beat them 2-0. So hats off to the girls out there playing softball.
No doubt. I mean,
that team.
Go ahead.
That team hadn't been shut out since 2019, and they were riding a 23-game win streak when they came to the complex. And Gianna Mancha, we talked about her a little bit on the podcast, if you listened. And she pitched a 3-hitter against one of the best offenses in the country. So no runs scored. First time they had been shut out. Only the third time that they had a game all season that went 7 innings, and we ended that streak. So that says a lot about the ladies. Had some great defense, but really that pitching staff, with Mancha behind in the circle, is phenomenal, and that's what's going to take us far.
And I got to say, like now that ESPN Plus is such a big thing, it's so much fun that we can keep up with all these sports and actually watch the game at home on our TV. If we can't make it. And
everybody complained about that.
God,
remember
awesome.
how everybody complained?
Phenomenal.
Everybody complained about having to. We have to pay $5.99 to watch UCF sports. Not like you're already not paying $100 for cable at least anyway.
I know,
so what's $5, $6 a month?
Really,
you can
cool.
watch everything pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen tennis and volleyball and stuff on there, but I'm sure I have seen volleyball. So I know that's on there. Heck, I mean, you never know. Maybe golf is going to be on there. I mean, everything has been on there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. And you were just mentioning the softball team. I mean, Georgia Blair is like an incredible hitter. Like, she is a power hitter, and she has this. Again, watching these games on ESPN Plus, I've seen this often this year, where she looks like she's about to bunt the ball, pulls the bat back, and just smacks it for a home run. She hit one to the warning track yesterday. I mean, she's an incredible power hitter, and that softball team is kind of firing on all cylinders. It's really cool to watch, and it's cool to be able to keep up with it on that ESPN Plus.
Absolutely. All right, did we already talk about men's basketball?
We haven't talked
coming
about men's
up?
basketball yet.
I wasn't sure if we got all that in on that stuff there. So UCF number 6 seed in the tournament against an 11 seed. ECU Pirates, who we just played. That was our last game. Yeah. So what happened in that game? Give a little quick recap if you can, because we didn't get to talk about that. That game was literally right before we were supposed to go on last week. So we'll talk about it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That game last week, because we won it, we secured the 6th seed. So if we would have lost that game, we probably would have been the 7th seed. It would have been a different matchup. So we were able to secure that 6th seed and then got the rematch coming up this Thursday in the conference tournament. But what happened in that game last Tuesday, right before we were supposed to go on the air, was we won 64-60. It was at ECU. We had I believe a 16-point lead in the first half. We kind of were blowing them out in the first half at their place. Isaiah Adams got off to another spectacular start. I think he was about 3 for 4. From 3 to start the game. He had another great game, and he was our leading scorer in that one. We were without 2 starters in CJ Walker and Brandon Mahan, so we were a little bit understaffed. We only had 7 players, and that kind of showed in the second half. Their spectacular player, Jaden Gardner, their junior power forward, who's just a beast in there, he started to get hot in the second half, and they basically made it close, but towards the end, we remained poised. Darren Green hit a huge 3 with about a minute left to kind of seal the deal, and we won 64-60 behind some good games, behind Isaiah Adams especially. That freshman is really coming on strong, and this team in general has won last 6 of their last 7. That one loss there, last two losses that we've had have been only by 1 point. We're really rolling right now, and we got some great momentum going into the conference tournament, which is not going to be easy. We certainly have to beat ECU on Thursday night, and then we get that matchup with Memphis.
Yeah, 6 of 7 wins you mentioned there. This team has finally come together, and they're playing a little bit better, even missing people, which is kind of interesting. CJ Walker has been out a little bit recently, at least one game, maybe 2 games.
Yeah, he's been out, I think, 2 games with an ankle injury, but looks like he's going to be back. And we're also going to get Brandon Mahan back as well for the conference tournament. And that's huge because he was playing spectacular. CJ Walker was playing really well, kind of found his place, especially on offense. And so, looking forward to getting him back and all that athleticism that he has. And we have a good chance of maybe winning a few here. Obviously, that matchup with Memphis has not been one that's been great for us this year or even in the past, but who knows? I mean, this is a crazy season, right? So who knows what could happen?
Yeah, ECU, we swept both games during the regular season, so hopefully that third game, that can be kind of weird playing anybody 3 times.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to see what happens, but it should work out, hopefully. Especially if we're coming back, full strength, I believe.
That's a team that I don't think has beaten us in a number of seasons. I think we have about a 12, 13-game win streak on them right now. They've been a little bit of a little brother to us, but as I said about the ending last time, I mean, they do battle us hard and cut it close. So hopefully we can put it on.
They don't call it March Madness for nothing.
You're not
because
lying.
it is March,
You're
and
not
the
lying.
madness is starting, and you never know.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to wish bad upon anyone, but you never know when it comes to this. How about Isaiah Adams real quick, the freshman? He has really turned it on and is playing really good ball.
Yeah, Mr. Basketball, our freshman, he's I believe in the last 4 games, he's leading our team in points in the last 4 games. He's averaging about 18 points a game. He's just really come on strong. He had a little bit of a kind of a freshman lull in the middle of the season, but since then, I've heard so much about his work in the gym and his work ethic, and he came back strong from that little bit of a I don't want to call it a slump, but he's just been playing great lately. He's been much improved on his 3-point shot. He's keeping his hand in it and really making sure he's knocking down those threes. But he's also just involved on both sides of the floor. He's playing great defense, and it's great to see him kind of come on strong because I think the future's real bright.
Yeah, lots of young talent on this team. We've talked about that before. We'll talk about it a lot more. But young guys, CJ Walker, I'm shocked. I always thought that he was a grad transfer or something, but he's a sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah.
Does not play like a sophomore. Isaiah Adams doesn't play like a freshman either. And then there's other ones as well. So
Jamil Reynolds, 6'10", 285. Wait till that guy gets a full year of the college weight room in him.
Looks like an absolute grown man out there. So he's usually one of the biggest guys out there. So exciting stuff coming up. We're going to talk about it a lot more tonight. We'll talk about everything else. You can call us 844-580-9326. We'll be back in a minute.
Raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney is our commitment to you at Chad Barr Law. I'm Chad Barr, and as a UCF alum, I am proud to present Knightline at Night, Central Florida's only call-in show dedicated to our UCF Knights, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. And remember, if you or a loved one are injured in an auto accident, call us at 407-599-9036 to schedule your free consultation or visit us at chadbarlaw.com. Offices Altamont Springs. Go Knights, charge on.
Hey, this is Travis Dever, Kai's Real Estate, the Dever team, New Smyrna Beach. Your source for real estate and everything else, New Smyrna Beach. Proud sponsor of Knightline. Call me anytime at 386-690-1636. That's 386-690-1636. Let me show you my hometown, New Smyrna Beach, UCF's favorite beach. Go Knights and charge on.
Looking for more out of your Porsche? Look no further than Flat6Motorsports.com. They have the widest selection of aftermarket Porsche parts anywhere in the world. With over 85 product lines and in-depth expertise, Flat6Motorsports.com is your one-stop shop for any Porsche performance needs. Whether you're shopping for intakes, exhausts, suspension, or tuning, they have you covered. Flat6Motorsports.com is the premier Porsche aftermarket specialist. Check them out at Flat6Motorsports.com.
And now, back to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, back on Knightline at Night. I'm Andrew Phegley, live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Barlaw. You can call him at 407-599-9036 or visit protectingvets.com. We're taking your calls, 844-580-9326, 844-580-9326. Big Ben Stout's here with me. Roger Phipps is with me. I'm Andrew Phegley. Back to UCF sports here in this short segment here. Did you know, this is a new thing for me. I missed this somehow completely.
Okay.
This is a brand new thing. I went on their website, UCFKnights.com tonight, and I saw that you could buy a spring ball fan cutout for this place. There's a lot of places you can
for this place.
Well, that's what it says. Charge on spring ball fan cutouts this place, or this place, or this place, or this place. So you can buy for $50 minimum a cutout of yourself or whoever you want to put on the cutout, I guess, and have it sit there in some of the venues. The venue for volleyball, the UCF track and soccer complex, the softball complex, John Uliano Park for baseball, or the Donald Disney football practice complex, which this is a new thing too. Somehow I missed that as well. Now it's called the Donald Disney football complex. Disney with a Z, by the way.
Huh.
I'll figure out who that is. I think, I'll figure that out later. But anyway, really cool though. This is a new thing, but the thing is, we're just talking about it now, and it ends at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So, if you want to purchase a cutout to be at one of those, venues, it's at UCF. Gosh, what is it? UCFKnights.com. And there's a purchase cutout thing. It takes you to Ticketmaster and you pay for it.
I saw that email come across, but to be honest with you, I
never saw it.
I thought it was just for the spring game, the UCF football spring game. I didn't realize that you could put it at any of these venues that you just discussed. That's interesting.
In the practice field, what are they going to do?
They're going to attach it to the wall?
They're going to put it, zip tie it to the fence? I mean, what are they going to do? It's kind of weird.
I don't know, Andrew, but you could stare down the team as they're practicing to make sure that they play well.
What if someone? Oh, I'm not going there. I'm just.
They said you're not supposed. They said you're not supposed to put anything. Yeah, we could. Well, they said no logos. I think in the email that they sent out, we can't put any logos. But
can somebody make one of KZ?
Yeah, there we go.
That's what I want.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I want one of KZ watching.
That's a good idea.
In his Seminoles jersey.
Or Georgia. We got to have
George O'Leary. Sure. There's got to be a George O'Leary. I mean, there could be a Scott
O'Leary.
Frost. Prying eyes. You never know. Jeez.
My goodness.
Yeah. Wow. Well, there's all kinds of things that you learn when you start going on the internet and looking at stuff. Wow. Okay.
I like the George O'Leary idea. I think, I think that one, throw a little B.O.B. on there, body on body, something in there, just put it on the shirt or something, Photoshop it on the shirt. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, with the scowl on his face.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You have to have the meanest George O'Leary face ever for it.
Calling people faceless internet weasels. Yeah.
Put hashtag FIW on the shirt on the Photoshop.
Wow.
Oh, I think we've got an idea, folks.
or keyboard warrior. I remember he was saying that as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how I missed this because I mean, I would have bought one of these, but I mean, I don't know if I can do it by 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Time's
running
time,
out.
Folks.
Time's running out. Time. Yeah. I mean, man, very cool though. All right. What else? There's all kinds of stuff going on. What we talked about something during the break that we were going to talk about, and then we never talked about it. Was that what we were going to talk about?
Spring practice for football does start Monday. If you want to mention that,
yeah, that too. That's exciting.
Yeah,
ready for that spring football game on April 10th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which still to be announced. How many fans can go? I don't think the place has ever really been packed for a spring game. Saturday afternoon normally, and it's usually hot
in April.
I remember Scott Frost's first one, the first Frost thing. That one was probably the most packed, and I think I remember there being like 14,000 people there or something like that, which was a lot for a spring game because normally there was like 20 people.
Well, I think that was for Hypo was pretty big, pretty packed.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember
I think that
one.
was.
I was there.
I think that was bigger than FSU's at the time. And the other thing that's actually interesting to note is they've been teasing this, if you've been watching the social media, as possibly a night game. So that would be our first night spring game.
Okay,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
that would help with the weather as far as it being too hot.
I haven't heard that, but maybe I'll look into that and see if there's any news on this. But it'll be interesting. Whole new staff, all kinds of new going on there, which is still very exciting, by the way. So really, I cannot wait for football. By the way, you can buy This Place shirts on there as well. I just saw.
With the little star on the state of Florida.
Yes,
those are
cool. I mean, the cool thing is as well, UCF is kind of partnered with Fanatics now, and this is not an ad at all, but I get emails all the time. UCF shop. All right. Well, we'll be back. They're cutting me off. We'll be back in a few minutes. Nightline at Night. I'm Andrew Phegley.
I'm Jeff Allen. Join me each and every week on the Knightline Sports Network for the AAC Report. We bring you in-depth coverage of each school in football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, golf, tennis, and more, as well as bring you insider interviews and focus in on the biggest games and news of the week. That's all right here each week on the AAC Report, only on the Knightline Sports Network.
Welcome. This is a promo for the Take a Left at Albuquerque podcast, new to the Knightline Sports Network. You should listen to it. I say things like this. We need to stop blaming Jerry because we would do the exact same thing if we owned the Dallas freaking Cowboys. Do you know how much fun it is to own the Dallas Cowboys? My guests will say things sometimes like this.
It's the Lord of the Flies thing that happens when they don't understand that things are wrong, spoiler alert, until Piggy dies.
Lord of the Flies has been out for like 100 years. I don't even know.
Sorry to everyone at home who I spoiled the book for. A book's been out for like 90 years or something.
And sometimes, rarely though, I'll say really stupid things like this. If they don't make it out of the West and the Raptors get to the finals, I will go on either this show or whoever's show and say that Kawhi Leonard is overrated because I have too much evidence of it. New episodes drop every Friday with me and some of my good friends right here on the Knightline Sports Network.
And now, back to Nightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, back on Nightline at Night. I'm Andrew Phegley. We're live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Barr Law, assisting veterans to get the help they deserve. Give Chad a call, 407-599-9036, or visit protectingvets.com. I love that he is going in this direction and doing this stuff, by the way. There are a lot of vets out there that are not getting what they should be getting, and Chad is a great guy, and this is one of the things that he loves to do, is to help veterans. I think it's one of the highest priorities that all Americans should have, and Chad is definitely a guy like that. So check out protectingvets.com if you're a vet and you need some help. You can also call Travis Dever for all your New Smyrna Beach real estate needs, 386-690-1636. We're taking your calls, 844-580-9326, 844-580-9326, or you can use the open mic feature on the WDBO app. Again, I'm Andrew Phegley, AP_Knightline on Twitter. Got Big Ben Stout here with me at Big Social 32 on Twitter. Roger Phipps at Night Bengal on Twitter from the Santa Rosa Beach studios. And you can find all the rest of our content on nightlinesports.com. We got a phone call. Let's talk to Andrew in Oviedo. My friend Andrew, what's going on?
Good evening, guys. How are you doing?
Great. What's on your mind tonight, my friend?
Well, I was kind of shifting gears to football. Now, with the new influx of the coaching staff, I was kind of curious what your guys thought of it with pretty much getting all the offers. I've been hearing we've been offering a lot of people inside the state, which is pretty much what Gus has been doing, recruiting like our hair is on fire. And I guess my question is what's your thought process on sending all these offers out to people? I mean, is this more of a marketing ploy? Is this something that is an attractive offer? Or I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are on it. And I guess I'm trying to think, are you buying what Gus is selling, or as I like to dub it, are you a Gustomer?
I like it. That was good. I'm totally a Gustomer, by the way. And you cast a wide net and you catch more fish, right? That's the thing. You offer a bunch of guys you have no chance of getting, and you might get one of them. That's the biggest thing. If you don't offer them, you're not going to get them. And I mean, he's got right now, I believe it's up to like almost 150 offers that he's got out. And if you've seen the last couple of years around here and everybody complaining about how recruiting was bad, which it really wasn't horrible, because this class is one of our best classes ever, if not the best class ever, rating wise. Maybe not standing wise at 50 or wherever we're at, but you add those transfers that we've got because of Gus.
Yeah, Big Cat Bryant coming in.
Big Cat Bryant. I mean, I don't know if y'all understand this. I don't know if y'all understand who this guy is. This guy is a all SEC defensive end.
Unbelievable get.
Yeah.
That transfer coming in. That's just
my
huge.
Auburn fan friends were like, oh my God. Like, seriously, they were freaking out. You guys seriously landed Big Cat? So I believe 100% in what Gus is doing. I'll let you guys talk as well.
Yeah, I think that Gus understands the landscape and the recruiting landscape in the way it is with social media and the way it is today, in the sense that if he like you said, if he offers every 5-star player in the country, or at least the Southeast, because that's where he's really focusing in on, every 4 and 5-star player that hopefully we can get a couple of them, but every time one of these big name players, which every college coach, every recruit actually is following them on Twitter, and they're saying, hey, I got an offer from UCF. I mean, that continually raises the profile of our program with other recruits. And so, we may not get that 5-star, the second 5-star in G5 history, if that were to happen. That may not come to us, but we may get 3 or 4 4-stars because they played in an all-star game with one of those 5-stars that said, hey, I got an offer from UCF and I'm excited about it. I like the whole casting the wide net thing, the shotgun approach at recruiting, because it shows that our coaching staff, especially Gus, but our coaching staff is working hard to get these guys here at UCF and showing that we have a lot to offer.
Yeah. Go ahead, Roger.
No, I was just going to say I'm a Gustomer as well, to use your term, and I'm happy that we're recruiting like our hair is on fire. But look, what he is doing, he's building a brand. He said that he's going to recruit certain areas. He's gotten UCF to pay for billboards in certain areas. I mean, they're all over the state. We haven't even talked about that tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
But any major metropolitan area or recruiting hotspot, right? And if what he's doing is he's cashing in on his cachet, right? So he's building relationships with high school coaches. If we're not going to the IMGs of the world and offering those guys, we don't have a way in to build relationships with the coaches. And that's what he's trying to do. So he's building a brand. He's saying, hey, I can get us to the playoffs. Here is our vision of it. Whether he can do it or not, it doesn't matter. He's building a vision and building a recruiting class that will allow us to compete at that highest level. And it's also combined with our new AD, Timo. If Timo gets those higher end schedules like they're talking about, combine that with players that can play at that level and Gus's cash, and then you're building a high school recruiting pipeline from all those areas. That's what Gus is doing. He's building a brand and he's building an argument to be able to play at the highest level because he wants to get us to the playoffs, whether we're in the P5 or not. So it's not just about getting those 4 and 5 stars, which I know he will get some, because if you don't, you don't make any shots that you don't take. But on top of that, he's building a brand to make sure that we're positioned for the future to get us where we need to go.
Take a breath. All right.
The state of Orlando, I heard that today. That was from the coaching staff. The state of Orlando, trying to build that whole state of Miami thing.
Absolutely.
That was back in
Andrew,
the 80s.
thank you, by the way, my friend. Really appreciate it. Did you enjoy or if you're still there, I wanted to know if you enjoyed your Tijuana Flats, by the way.
I did. Thank you very much for the opportunity to try it out.
Okay. Well, what did you have? I want to hear it.
I looked at it. I said, this looks good. I just know it was some kind of burrito kind of thing. I don't exactly even know the name.
Awesome, but it was good.
I asked them what they wanted, and they said, this is the best that we have. And I'm like, that's good, but it tastes
perfect.
Very good.
Awesome. All right. Well, we got Tijuana Flats hot takes of the week coming up. UCF also signed their first didn't sign, but got their first commit for football for 2022. Miguel Maldonado. I can't.
Maldonado.
There you go. See, I can't pronounce these.
That's
names.
what you have us around for, Andrew.
Yeah, I got something. 6'6", 200 or 320. 6'6", 320, 3-star offensive lineman out of Lakeland. A local guy. Lakeland is still local. So
and a Gators stronghold.
Yeah, I mean, but this guy is a massive dude. Had some pretty good, offers and stuff as well.
Iowa State, West Virginia. Yeah, he had a few offers.
Virginia Tech. There's some other ones we won't mention. I mean, there's always some that we won't mention, but those ones sound good. So yeah.
What's interesting about this guy for me is that he's got a short list of offers right now, but I there's a lot more, I'm sure, coming, or at least would come before he committed. But he's only played organized football for a little bit over a year, and so he got noticed right away, and he's got a ton of potential. And so for Gus to pick him up, out of Lakeland High School and realize that potential with that size, 6'6", 320, and only going to get bigger. I think it's a big-time pickup, and it's kind of cool to have the first high school recruit for Gus coming out of Lakeland.
Absolutely.
The other thing, too, is they've got 2 4-star teammates that are on the same team as him that we are already in the mix for. And part of this was, making sure that we got into that pipeline. Again, when we're talking about opening up pipelines, when you offer kids, it's not necessarily you're just offering those 4 stars and 5 stars. You also want to get those value 3 stars because that builds that relationship. So having a commitment that early, I think, is probably our earliest commit that we've ever had. And having someone that's a lean at 320 pounds, if you look at the kid, he posted some pictures, he's not out of shape. So this guy's an athlete, and he's got 2 4-star teammates that we're courting as well. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it is good to have a guy like this right off the bat. It makes a lot of sense. Transfers as well coming in. I mean, I'm so excited about Big Cat. I mean, I don't think people understand. If you haven't watched Auburn football, and you probably haven't, most people that are UCF fans don't really, take time and watch Auburn games, I don't think. I haven't. I have a couple of times just because they were on playing whoever. Yeah. This guy is special, though. Grad transfer. So we have him for a year, but he'll be going to the NFL from UCF. And UCF will probably be on his thing when he says where he's from. And that's pretty cool. He followed Gus Malzahn here. If it wasn't for Gus Malzahn, he would not be here.
Well, and that's what people need to understand is that Big Cat Bryant could have gone to any school in the country, and he came here because of Gus Malzahn, and that's a huge deal. Not only is he is he a big time recruit a big time player that is going to be in the NFL. He knows that that going through UCF is definitely his ticket to the NFL as well, and finishing out his college career is going to be huge here. And he's kind of our Mike Hughes, right? He's our next Mike Hughes, just in huge defensive end form.
Yeah, and this is a guy that played very well in the SEC. So he comes to the American, and honestly, he should be able to clean house.
I mean, second team All SEC coming in here. Oh my goodness, he's gonna have his way.
That's the other thing about Gus Malzahn. You have to remember, this was a top 10 coach in the entire freaking college football universe. He's recruiting like one here. I meant to say that earlier. He is recruiting like where he came from. He's recruiting like an SEC coach. We haven't had a direct, SEC coach come here before like that.
No.
I mean, assistants, but not a head coach like Gus Malzahn.
No,
UCF
not at all.
has never had that. So this is what you're seeing, what these coaches do by what Gus Malzahn is doing. I want to make a map that has little stars on everywhere that he's recruiting, because he is recruiting a little bit outside of the thing. I think we've got like one from like California or two or something. If there's players that are out there that he wants or his assistant coaches want, they're going to go after them. No matter where they're at, no matter how many stars they have. If they don't have any stars and they think that they can do something, they're going to go after them.
And they're setting themselves up for the transfer portal later on, because here's something that people, need to start thinking about too. We've basically got a free agency on our hands now. And I mean, there was I can't remember which school it was, but hired the first transfer coordinator. So we're to the point now where we've got coordinators that are just looking at transfers. So it's no longer just a recruiting coordinator, a transfer coordinator. And by getting all these offers out, they may not play the first year and sit and want to go somewhere else. Guess who they're going to think about? They're going to think about Gus Malzahn and that offer they had and that transfer that they had when they were available.
Absolutely. All right. Well, yeah, all kinds of cool stuff happening. We're going to talk about a lot more of it coming up. We'll be right back on Knightline at Night. Hey, Jeep Wrangler owners, have you ever sat in your office at work and watched the rain just pour into your Jeep because the weatherman said that there was a 0 chance of rain? Or you put your doors back on because there was a 100% chance and then not a drop of rain fell? Well, there's a company out there that can help take the worry away and give you the peace of mind to be without your doors. The company's called Life Without Doors. They make waterproof rain curtains and dash covers for Wranglers. Life Without Doors is there to help make the decision to leave the doors at home an easy one. Find out more at lifewithoutdoors.com.
Spice up your company with homemade marketing services from Tasty Gravy Creative. Tasty Gravy serves up a menu of budget-friendly marketing, graphic design, and public relations services customized to your specific goals. Co-owned by a UCF graduate, Tasty Gravy can help refresh your brand, strengthen your online presence, or reinforce your company's message. Contact Tasty Gravy for help with your website, social media, marketing, advertising materials, and more. Visit tastygravy.com.
And now, back to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, back on Knightline at Night. I'm Andrew Phegley. We're live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Barlaw and ProtectingVets.com. Got Big Ben Stout here with me, Roger Phipps. And I guess you know what? We should just do the Tijuana Flats hot take of the week. Let's do that right now. Welcome to the Tijuana Flats Hot Take of the Week. Visit TijuanaFlats.com for takeout or delivery, or visit your local Tijuana Flats. Tex-Mex for everyone. That music makes me want Mexican food.
Yeah, I love that music.
Every time I hear it. All right, Tijuana Flats, awesome. By the way, they've got these new little, little cinnamony churro type things, but they're a mix between a churro and a donut. They're awesome, by the way. You got to check that out.
Thanks for making me more hungry, Andrew.
Absolutely. All right, going on with the hot takes. I'm going to start it off. UCF will have a 1,000-yard rusher this year. I believe that Gus Malzahn will pick a running back and stick with him and run with the guy. Maybe Nate Craig Myers, or no, it won't be. That's a receiver. Mark Anthony Richards. That's who I meant.
There you go.
My page was not correct. Mark Anthony Richards coming from Auburn with Coach Malzahn. So it may be him, maybe Bentavious Thompson, maybe somebody else.
Johnny Richardson.
I don't know.
Yeah. He's a little small.
He's a small guy.
To be the feature back.
And maybe Harvey. Harvey's still here. From Virginia.
We got a freshman coming in. Anthony Williams is pretty big
Anthony
himself.
Williams.
Who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows what
it
he
could be
can
any
do.
of these guys, but I think that he will pick one of them. Well, I mean, he's going to use multiple back sets, but he's going to have a feature running back in this offense, period. And I believe one of them will reach 1,000 yards, which will be great.
Yeah, and my hot take of the week is that Isaiah Adams. We talked about him earlier in the show. Freshman, big time freshman this year, Mr. Basketball in the state of Florida last year. Isaiah Adams will be the second UCF basketball player in the modern draft era to be drafted by the NBA. So that's my hot take. He the only player was Jermaine Taylor back in 2009. Jermaine Taylor, you compare his freshman season to this season that Isaiah Adams is having. He's off to a much better start. Isaiah Adams is. He's even got a better 3-point percentage than Jermaine Taylor had. And that's what Jermaine Taylor was known for. Super athletic, 6'4" player in Jermaine Taylor. He's 6'6", 210. I think Isaiah Adams has the game and the body to be a pro player one day in the NBA, and I think he's going to get drafted.
Awesome. Roger, very quickly.
All right, so in honor of the UCF women's basketball team, I believe they will win the conference tournament by sending the Cows boo-mooing all the way to their West Central Florida home. Thank you, after defeating them in the conference tournament this weekend.
All right.
So that was it for me.
All right. That sounds good. I mean, I think that those hot takes, all of them could easily happen. Yeah. I mean, when do you think that Isaiah Adams gets drafted? Is it next year?
I think it would be it'd be hard pressed for him to get noticed enough after his sophomore season. But I think he takes a big leap next year, and then we'll see what happens after his junior year if that happens. I'd love for him to be here 4 years and just be spectacular like Jermaine Taylor was. But I really feel confident that as long as he can stay healthy and continue to progress, he's right there after his junior or senior year.
Yeah, I think that the NBA especially has all these freshmen. They play their freshman season and then they go, one and done. I don't like that. I mean, I don't even like juniors going out of football to go. I still think that's too early. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah.
So, I wish that these guys will stick around as long as they can, make as many marks on college football as they can, or college basketball, and then go to the pros. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you for callers. Thank you to Ben. Thank you to Roger. Thank you to Ronald. We will see you next week. Go Knights.
Charge on.
Charge on.